Okay, let's just try and picture this. Imagine what school might even look like in just a few years.
This is a big question, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, things are changing so incredibly fast. You've got AI, global shifts. How do you even keep pace with what's coming for education?
It's tough. And, well, that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We're looking at Avery Nightingale's new book, The Future of Education, Trends Shaping Tomorrow's Schools.
Ah, right. That's the one coming out late 2024, early 2025.
That's the one. And it's really trying to offer a kind of roadmap through all this uncertainty.
And what I find interesting is Nightingale's core message. She doesn't really see all this change, tech, demographics, mobility as like a threat.
No, not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. She frames them as these huge opportunities to, elevate education, make it better.
Elevate it. Okay. So challenging the sort of traditional defensive crouch we sometimes see.
Exactly. It's not just about reacting. It's about actively using these forces to, well, bring about a genuinely new era for education.
So for you listening, what we want to do here is basically distill the key ideas from Nightingale's work.
Right. Make it a practical roadmap.
Yeah, help you understand not just what's changing, but how schools, universities, how these institutions can actually, future-proof themselves.
And prepare students for a world that's, let's face it, pretty unpredictable.
And future-proofing isn't just about, putting up walls against change, is it?
No, definitely not. Nightingale stresses it's about building in adaptability, resilience, making it part of the institutional DNA.
So embedding it deep down.
Yeah, actively looking for ways to innovate, stay relevant, stay valuable, turning challenges into actual growth.
Okay, but how? How does a school practically do that? Does she offer specifics?
She does. She talks a lot about what she calls a participant-centered approach.
Participant-centered. Okay, sounds good. But what does it mean in practice?
Well, it means really empowering educators, getting them involved in co-creating curriculum, even policy, not just handing things down from the top.
Right, because that increases buy-in, makes it feel less like just another mandate.
Exactly. It fosters innovation from the ground up. But the immediate reaction might be, oh, great, more work for teachers.
Yeah, that's a real concern.
Nightingale addresses that. She argues it's not more work, but different work, shifting focus.
Oh, so.
From just passive implementation to active contribution. She suggests things like maybe innovation grants for teacher projects or setting aside dedicated time for curriculum co-design workshops.
Okay, so it's about genuine empowerment, not just adding to the workload.
Precisely. And a huge piece of this future-proofing puzzle, as she details it, is leaning into emerging trends.
Like the focus on human-centric skills.
Yes. That's a big one. Critical thinking, communication, emotional intelligence, the nuanced stuff, leadership, teamwork.
Because AI can handle the data crunching, maybe.
Increasingly, yes. So these uniquely human skills, they become absolutely indispensable.
Which brings us to generative AI. How does that fit in? Is it just a tool?
It's more than just a tool, according to Nightingale. Yes, it can personalize learning, automate tasks, give feedback. But it also demands a whole new kind of literacy.
AI literacy, what does that involve?
It's about responsible use, sure, but also knowing how to prompt it effectively, how to critically evaluate what it spits out, spotting biases.
So turning students into smart collaborators with AI, not just users.
Exactly. Not just passive consumers.
That connects nicely to personalized learning, too, catering to different strengths, different paces.
And it really underlines this need for lifelong learning. Formal schooling is just, well, the kickoff.
It's an ongoing journey now.
Absolutely. And if you think bigger picture, look at virtual classrooms, remote learning. That's evolving too.
With things like VR and AR, making it more immersive.
Yeah, imagine virtual dissections or walking through historical events. It totally changes the where and how of learning.
And the final piece she really drives home is partnerships, right? Not just school to school, but with business.
Critically important, especially for high-tech vocational training, making sure education actually lines up with what the job market needs.
So like a high school student doing a real internship, contributing to a project at a tech firm, not just fetching coffee.
That's the kind of synergy she's talking about, real-world integration.
So pulling it all together, Nightingale's book sounds like both a kind of wake-up call.
It is, about the shifts coming.
But also a beacon of hope. showing the possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really an encouragement to proactively shape the future of learning, not just react to it, engage with the change.
Okay, so let's leave you with this thought. As we see this growing emphasis on, human-centric skills alongside AI literacy, how might that fundamentally change what it even means to be truly educated tomorrow?
And maybe think about what personal role you might play in embracing that lifelong learning journey just to stay ahead of the curve yourself.